Wait. Harry doesn't want the shot.
Harry's in a lot of pain.
I want the pain. He wants the pain.
Weekly outdoor hunting was my favorite activity, but just then, my father suddenly felt chest pain. I immediately picked up my father and rushed him to the hospital. After emergency treatment, my father was out of danger, but he needed to stay in the hospital for observation for a few days. However, after a few days, my father's condition kept getting worse. Later, he was even in so much pain that he couldn't speak. I felt anxious but helpless. When I was walking down the hallway, I happened to see the head nurse comforting a deceased patient's family, but she had this creepy smile on her face. I had a feeling something was off. The next day, I saw the head nurse cutting up a newspaper with scissors. I immediately went to the store and bought the exact same newspaper. After comparing them, she had cut out the obituary of the person who died last night. I finally understood why my father's condition kept getting worse. That nurse must have made my father her target. That afternoon, while Nurse Mary was giving other patients their medication, I snuck into her office. Sure enough, I found a photo album in her drawer. It was full of obituaries from past patients. Mary had been collecting them like trophies. She could look through them during her free time. Then I quietly put it back where I found it. I collected my father's medications. I took them to my medical school's lab for testing. I found potassium nitrate in the medication. Potassium nitrate is easily absorbed by the body when diluted. Small amounts won't cause much harm. But if someone gets multiple injections of potassium nitrate, it becomes deadly. Even experienced medical examiners would have trouble determining the cause of death. I desperately wanted to get revenge for my father, but I needed someone to back me up, and that person had to be my father. While Mary wasn't looking, I quickly whispered the situation to my father. Then I refused Mary's request to give him a shot. When I saw her show that vicious look, I felt relieved. My father, being a cop, definitely saw through her bad intentions too. Late that night, I got to Mary's house early. I covered her walls with plastic sheeting. My movements weren't very smooth. This was my first time doing something like this. Then I hid in the shadows of her living room, waiting for her to open the door. After I read out Mary's crimes, I became her judge. I quickly took out this killer. The next day, when I was driving home, I saw a bunch of police cars in front of my house.